umwe rero mu bitabiriye uru rugendo cyangwa se mu bitabiriye ubu butembere bwabereye muri bisi of course ni Gaël nongeye guhura na Gaël umeze gute?
Umeze neza.
Ari n'uruganda tutarataha ariko igihe ubanza ari covid yamvangiye. Umeze gute?
Turaho.
Creative bisi imeze gute?
Iri fan ikindi harimo ama-idea y'abantu yatandukanye y'abantu batandukanye, donc turi gusharinga twese experiences, so it's fun and educative.
Muri gusharinga experiences, yes, in fact wowe wenda uri buze kumfasha gusobanukirwa abantu baza no kumva hejuru harimo ibitekerezo by'abandi bantu bibaze kwihangana. Wowe ngo bashe kumva concept cyangwa se nk'umwe mu bitabiriye no mu buryo bwo kuganira n'abandi batista ahari ibyo wowe ukora bigahuzwa n'ibyo bakora, ubundi buri wese akagira ideas zitandukanye.
Ku bufatanye na Africa in Colors ariyo yabiteguye, yatumiye abantu bari muri sectors zitandukanye bari muri creative industry, so abashushanya, abakora ama animations, video games, VR and AR, donc abaririmbyi, abahanzi, donc abantu bari muri creative industry bose kugerageza kubahuza ku buryo maybe muri long term dushobora gukora ikintu twafatanyije twese hamwe gifatitse.
Nabonye harimo n'abanyamahanga, by the way, reka uyu munsi ntabwo ari wowe gusa ndi bwibande, nabonyemo n'abanyamahanga. Bivuze iki kuba uyu munsi ashobora kuba igikorwa nk'iki ngiki kigahuza Gaël n'abandi bantu baturutse imihanda yose? Hari abaturutse muri Leta Zunze Ubumwe za Amerika, hari abaturutse mu bindi bihugu bya Afurika. Bisobanuye iki kuri kariya cyangwa se mu byo uri gukora? Amakanya turajya ku byo uri gukora none.
Bisobanuye ikintu kinini kuko tura networking first of all, hanyuma ushobora gusanga turi gukora muri field zimwe, hari experience bashobora kunsangiza njyewe nafite hano mu Rwanda bitewe na situation yabo ko bo barimo advanced, so it's a good opportunity for us turi hano ko twaba connectings.
So by the way, wowe wazanye iki rero? None ngeze kuri wowe. Abandi nabonye abashushanya, nabonye abakinnyi ba film, nabonye abantu batandukanye. Wowe wazanye iki?
Twebwe dukora video games. Muri 3D video games. Dufite game yitwa Keza application game. Keza ni 3D video game ariko yigisha no itanga amakuru ku buzima bw'imyororokere. Donc ntago birangirira mu gukina ngo twishimishe gusa nk'abantu bakina video game, but dutanga n'amakuru ku buzima bw'imyororokere kugira ngo dukomeze kurwanya inda z'imburagihe.
Umuntu ashaka gukina Keza video game yayikina gute?
Kwanza ntago turacyari muri procedure ya prototype, ariko nko muri 2 months turayilauncinga kuko twabonye funds Imbuto Foundation, NFPA, tubinyuje muri accelerator, and baradufashije cyane kutumentoringa, kuduha skills zose dukeneye, kuduha igishoro. So nibirangira izaba iri kuri Play Store, iri kuri iOS, iri hose.
Hari 3D rero wavuzemo, abantu batamenyereye tekinoloji ashobora kudahita yumva 3D ni biki, mu bigenda bite? Nahoze mbona n'ikintu aho ngaho ufite, ndaba nkita ikintu mu gihe narakimenya, uza kukintiza unakidusobanurira, hari benshi batabizi.
3D ni bimwe mu byo dukora, but iki ngiki cyo kiri muri VR and AR, donc nabyita nka classes za VR. Donc washobora kuba uri ahantu wambaye bitewe na content irimo yensitayemo, washobora kuba uri tuvuge ugasura let's say muri Amerika, uri hano mu Rwanda neza ukagira ngo urimo the feeling ugira uri ahantu. Reba nko kugenda kuri kanope ya Nyungwe ukuntu bimera, neza umeze nkaho uri kandi wambaye iki ngiki iguha a real life experience ituma ufiringa ko uri aho hantu niba uhari ukagira ubwoba wambaye iki kintu nabwo ugira ubwoba usanga abantu bari kuvuza induru bari nk'ahantu hamanuka none aho ngo harimo game
ngiye guhita nsura Washington DC game ni ya yindi keza n'ubundi
no ntabwo ari keza pasike keza turacyayitesitinga ariko harimo izindi game zisanzwe
nibyo uhugiye muri iyi minsi n'ubundi
mu gihe muri ibi ngibi turakereya tukanadevelopa ama software
so ngaho uyu nguko rero ni uwo nguwo twagomba kuganira urumva ko hari byinshi yungukiye muri Baskrets so dusoza nicyo ubona ino bisi cyangwa se uru rugendo rushobora kumarira umu artiste uwo ari we wese
uwo ari we wese hari icyo yakuramo wabashije kugera muri iyi bisi ari ibyo yigira ku bandi ari abanyamahanga n'abandi bari mu Rwanda ari iyo gufatanya partnership hagati y'abari muri creative industry nkashishikariza next time ko baza noneho ari benshi
wakoze cyane gaye
mwakoze namwe
muri creative bus aho turi kumwe n'abartiste batandukanye baturutse mu bice byose bitandukanye hano iruhande rwanjye yicaye umu artiste yitwa Eric Sorry mwite nushaka mwita Afro Groove ko twese niko tumwita is called Afro Groove ntago akunda gukoresha ikinyarwanda because ntago ari ibintu azi cyane aracyumva ariko kukivuga bikagorana cy'umuhanda so turashaka rero kugerageza ndamujya amaza mu kinyarwanda kugira mwumve ko ntacyo cyumva arimo ariga kukivuga neza then nawe dusubize muri rurimi yumva ari comfortable yumva yisanzuyemo then tuganire Eric wakoze cyane kwitabira
nakindi
okay wakoze cyane kwitabira creative bus tour yari meze gute
So it's a cool concept. You know, we are many artists. We're coming together in a bus. It's very innovative, very original. We're meeting new people that we didn't know that existed before, and I think it's a nice way to just keep our minds busy and keep on creating together as creative. And even if because of coronavirus, I stopped every activities. So we cannot go to social event anymore. You know, most of the creative people when they're working, usually in the creation, you know, something that you do is very you create it alone, but you need to share it with people. You know, you need to share it with people. You need to celebrate your creation, having the feedback of people. So here it's a good idea. You know, it's innovative, and I think that, you know, Rwandan people and the people like African colors, they always like try to push and do things a little bit differently, innovative. So we're always supporting that.
Okay. How about wowe wayakiriye gute cyangwa se urabona uri bufashe gute artist ni kiri ikintu uri bufasha aba artist mwitabiriye ino bus tour?
What artists need honestly is like, you know, as long as people are open-minded, as long as people are able to discover new things, because, you know, you can see the people upstairs. They are painters, Rwandan painters who are magicians. You know, they can paint invisible stuff. We have people who are doing like 3D animation. So those are all like, artists are always like a little bit ahead of the time. They're not doing traditional, they're not doing classic. So as long as people are very open to new experiences, and support them in their art, support them, you know, by talking about their art, what they do to your friends, and if they produce something, buy it, support it, is the best way for the creative of Rwanda, the artists of Rwanda, to be able to sustain themselves. Because if their own people don't support them, they can forget about their art, and sometimes, you know, they just, you know, that's something they do when they're young, and then after they get a job, they get a family, they become more responsible, and it's an idea of like, when you're responsible, you have a real job. So what can we do both? Can we be responsible, do your art, having people consuming your art, and at the same time you can raise a family, you can buy a house, and you can build yourself up. So support them.
Okay. I have another question. Cyase reka nkubaza iki ngiki Afro Groove cyase Eric so njamvuga ko uri multitask ukora ibintu byinshi cyane, DJ, artist, investor in the music industry.
The first thing first I like the most is DJing.
Yes.
And DJing, when I do DJ, first I was like, people pay me to be in the club and to do the DJ.
Yes.
And then after they start asking me to organize.
Yes.
So I became promoter. That was when I was in the UK.
Yes.
So when you become promoter and people, you're being successful, being promoter, other people start calling you and asking you to organize an event for them. So you
Yes.
become a consultant.
Yes.
So when you showcase artists in your event that you promote, artists want to be on that platform and they're asking you for your help. So you start managing artists, you start coordinating artists.
Okay.
And then when the music that you play is a bit more special, people start realizing there's something special about the music and the artists that you bring together. They're asking you to come and help them in the studio.
Yes.
So you become a producer. And then people hear the music of your artist and they maybe they want them to showcase somewhere else. They can see how you organize club, how you organize artists. They see you have talent, you understand music. So they're asking you to help them organize big events. So you start doing festivals. And then you start taking artists and bring them abroad. So you bring them to festival in Kenya or in South Africa. And that's how you start evolving. And then you get to understand how the industry is working. You get to understand the different talent, the different tasks, and the different responsibility into the ecosystem. And then you move into radio. You can do radio too. And then I move into TV. I start producing TV shows. So it's all about being creative and not to fit into one box. People think that especially when you're an artist, doesn't mean that you are a painter or a painter cannot be a fashion designer, that a fashion designer cannot be a photographer, then a photographer cannot be a filmmaker, then a filmmaker cannot be an architect. So when you're creative, you let your inspiration and your talent express themselves, and whatever you're good at, if you're a little bit better than the next person, you just go full speed ahead and you just experience yourself like that. So that's what Afro Groove is about. Eric Soul, people know Eric Soul as the DJ, but Afro Groove is the network. It's all the people I'm working with. It's people like you, we've been collaborating, introduce new artists to you, you can showcase them. So I help promoting new artists by talking to my people, my colleagues in media. You can showcase them, you can create content with the artists I bring you. So it's all part of collaboration and using all your skills, all your talent.
Okay. Eric So urakoze cyane kudutandukanyiriza Eric So na Afro Groove because njye najyaga numva byose ari bimwe avuga kaeke karimo hagati aho ngaho. Anyway, new projects mw'iyi minsi nahoze numva indirimbo yo new song cyase iheruka wakoranye n'abantu bo muri Afrika benshi. What are new projects kuri wowe?
So this new project is something we've been working on for maybe a year, a little bit more than a year,
Yes.
where we've been put together by the Goethe Institute
Yes.
to do something called Urban Music Rebel.
Yes.
And so it was supposed to be DJs who are producing electronic music and traditional musicians
Okay.
from the 4 countries of East Africa, from Rwanda, Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda. So they look for those artists and they want to do a show at a festival in Tanzania called Ongala Festival. So they choose us in Rwanda because I'm working on a project with Deo Munyakazi, Angel Mutoni, Prime, Mike Ihura, Yannick Amanzi. So it's a project called Component where I try to really bring traditional music of Africa, of Rwanda, Gakondo, and to translate that into modern music like hip-hop, soul, and electronic. So we were already doing that. And when they said that they want to do a project that it's a bit the same but with every other country, so they called us. We went to that festival and we presented something. We created in 2 days. We met DJs and traditional musicians from Uganda, the same from Kenya, and the same from Tanzania. And we did a workshop for 2 days. And then we presented the show at the festival the last day. We didn't know each other before. And it was so amazing because even people told us that we were one of the best acts of the whole festival.
Yes.
They like the mix of inanga, cello, drum, electronic, Sengeli music, Swahili, all mixed with hip-hop, all mixed into a nice show. So now we just decided to Goethe Institute, they just put us together, they say we're going to have to record an album. So that's what we've been working on, and then Corona came. When we were supposed to go in the studio in Kigali, another studio in Uganda, Corona came. So we were not able to be together, so we worked from the internet. So I record music from I record the vocal for Angel Mutoni, Inanga from Deo Munyakazi, the vocal, put them into the computer, send them to the producer over there, and we just like created that album. So it's gonna come like in the end of maybe like in mid of next year, and it's mixing really the you hear the Swahili. There's 9 artists, huh? So there's a producer from Uganda, a producer from Tanzania, a producer from Kenya. There's a singer-songwriter, traditional musician called Labdi from Kenya. There's a percussionist, multi-instrumentalist called Okelo from Uganda. There's one of the biggest stars of Sengeli music in Tanzania called Msaka Sumu. And then there's Deo Munyakazi and Angel Mutoni. So they all speak different language, but we're gonna create like a little EP with like 4 or 5 tracks where everybody have a shine. So you're gonna hear Inanga with techno music, with dubstep. You're gonna hear like Kwivuga on house music. You're gonna hear traditional Ugandan music sample mixing with like different Sengeli sounds. So we're mixing everything together to just try to get like a East African progressive innovative sound.
Ikibazo cya nyuma reka nkikubaze gutya tukajya tunasoze. Eric, urukundo rw'umuziki ukoramo ibintu byinshi, uzi ibintu byinshi kandi ubikora perfectly, ubikora neza, ari uku DJ is good, ari ukurapa. Njye nagize amahirwe yo kubona aho uri kubikora. You are good, you are so amazing. N'ibindi byinshi ugenda ukora, na organization y'ama event, kugira abantu inama. You are good. Urukundo rw'umuziki ni impano, banza ari bya famille, banza ari amaraso ya mukecuru aba kurimo. Urukundo rw'umuziki rwaturutse eri.
Urabizi tufite inganzo ya Kairebga. Okay, so that's what I try to do with inganzo ya Kairebga. So everything I do is to bring shine to Gakondo music, to traditional music of Rwanda. When I work with somebody like Deo Munyakazi, is because Rwandan music is the most important thing. So even I can do hip hop, I can do house music, but my biggest dream is to be able to present pure traditional Gakondo music to the world. That's but on the bigger platform. I think Kairebga just give you 30%. She just give you 30%. What I brought Kairebga to stage in England. She performed in front of Prince Charles. She performed in front of in front of like the whole British royalty. When they had to celebrate, they were celebrating the Holocaust, the end of the Holocaust, 2001. It was like the first time they do a televised event, and then they called me. They was like, okay, we'd like to have like a presence of other genocide also to be represented. It's not only about Holocaust. So they invited Kairebga to come, and she performed a song of 5 minutes on stage, and the way international people, when they see traditional music, she performed Ubufubi. When they hear traditional music, when they see the dance, when they see Amaboko, when they see the girls dancing, it's something that they've never seen before. The whole world still has to see Ingoma, Inore, Amagore. They need to see everything, but like in big style, very big style, well produced. And now for the moment, what I observe is that the way Rwanda is promoting traditional music, we are very much based on the dancing and the drumming, but we don't work on the voice. That's what Kairebga comes in. So we need to. What I want, my biggest dream is to have like a big choir. A big chorale, with Kairebga, to sing the Kairebga song, but with like 100 kids, of every age, and have the perfect vocal, the perfect dance, the perfect drumming, and then like a perfect videographer. We need like professional videographer to film in like very cinematography style, to create like very content that is like amazing, that you can present even in Hollywood. You can do a short film about Gakondo, and it will be something that people never seen before. So I think that Gakondo music, traditional music, it's something that has so much more to do. So everything I do is just to. So people, if I say Eric Soul, people say, we know Eric Soul. So if I come with an idea, they believe it's possible. I'm not just, I've got a bit of credibility. So that's why I have to to be everywhere. I need to be into the media, I need to be into the event, I need to be in the studio. But the main thing is to bring traditional Rwandan music to the world in a very, high quality way. I want to do like a movie like Beyonce did. And put Teta and put Kairebga, put Inanga, put the Inore, and do it like, big style.
So ngayo nguko rero tureka dusoze Eric nzagira ikindi gihe cyo kumushaka tuganira afite ibintu byinshi yatubwira afite urugendo runini muri industry ya muzika no mu Rwanda ndetse no hanze yarwo yakoze ibintu byinshi Eric utabone ngukenera ndakeka nzakubona. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Umugabo twicaranye iruhande rwanjye cyase umusore yitwa Raoul Rugamba niwe uhagarariye African Colors akaba ari yateguye iki gikorwa raho umeze gute?
Meze neza cyane.
Urashimira Imana?
Ndashima Allah.
Igikorwa cyagenze gute in general turacyakirimo ariko byibuze umaze kugira Imana?
Ubu ngubu abantu bamenyanye hari opportunities zamaze kubonekamo ubu tugiye muri phase ya kabiri yo gucreatinga noneho no gukorabora no gucreatinga.
Abantu bakomeza no kumva sound ntibagira ikibazo ni abari hejuru barimo kuganira barimo kumenyana. Igitekerezo cyaje gute?
Igitekerezo ni muri projet yacu yitwa African Colors ijyanye no guhuza aba players abantu bari muri sector za cultural and creative industries abo bantu bakaba bajya hamwe kugira ngo bakreye opportunities zindi babashe gukorana birenze igihugu barimo. Rero kimwe mu buryo tubukoramo no buryo creative ibintu ubungubu abantu basigaye barambirwa kwicara hamwe n'ibiki byose. So rero twavuze reka duhindure imikorere tubashe kuba twa creatinga on the go. Ariko icyo ni kimwe cya kabiri no kuvuga ngo how do we get inspired na environment kugira ngo ibashe kugaburira at the creatinga. So bus rero niyo yabikora ukaba inspired na nature muri yo sense.
African Colors ni ubwa mbere ikoze nahoze mbona n'ibindi bikorwa mwakoraga. Iki cya bisi rero cyo gihuje abartiste bo mu bice bitandukanye nahoze mbona n'aba muri Amerika n'abahehe wabatoranyije cyase batoranyijwe begendewe kuki?
Nta kintu cyagendeweho runaka ariko twagendeye ku ba partenaire bacu dufite hafi no ku bahanzi twakoranye iminsi ishize turabibabwira barabyikunda ariko nanone ntabwo ni phase ya mbere niko twabyita ntabwo ariyo ya nyuma. So ubu twatangiye gahoro nyuma yaho tuzongera dukore n'ibindi tunafite n'izindi innovations zijyana nabyo.
Mu expectinga ko iki gikorwa gishobora gutanga umusaruro rawo?
So umusaruro wenda icyo navuze nuko ibi bintu bitangiriye mu Rwanda ariko ukwezi gutaha tuzabilauncinga no mu bindi bihugu bya Afrika aho dufite aba partenaire bacu aho African Colors ikorera. No kuvuga ngo muri ibyo bihugu niba creya natwe tugakreya bizahuza market zacu. No kuvuga ngo ibintu bya hano tubashe kubye-exporta hanze ibintu bya hariya tubashe kubizana mu Rwanda. None tunabashe gucreatinga stories an African story aho ibyo bintu tubihuriza hamwe kugira ngo abantu bacreatinge ikintu cya Afrika binyuze muri art and storytelling of course.
Kuva mu Rwanda ibihugu bitandukanye birimo African Colors ni bingahe kubera next time murawaza uvuga ko ari muri Tunisia African Colors iri mu bihugu bingahe biye ne bubyibu?
So ubu turi gukorana n'ibihugu 26 20 biri muri Afrika 6 biri hanze ya Afrika ariko twifuzaga ko mbere yuko dukora festival yacu ya 2021 twaba tumaze kugera ku bihugu byibura nka 35 dukorana twexchangingana dukorana business muri culture and creative industry.
Reka dusoreze kuri African Colors. African Colors mu magambo macyane iki yaje gukora iki numara kwidusobanura tubwira na mission yayo?
So African Colors nico twakwita nka catalyst niyo iri guhuza aba creatives batandukanye muri sectors zitandukanye za culture and creative industries. So impamvu yo guhura nuko ubu ngubu product imwe icuruza yindi, sector imwe icuruza yindi, talent imwe icuruza yindi. Noneho twebwe turavuga duti ni gute twahuza talent zacu, ni gute twakorana kugira ngo tubashe no gucreatinga more opportunities for artists and other players of the creative and the culture and creative industry. Ico ni kimwe. Mission yacu ya kabiri ni ukubasha kuzana innovation muri culture and creative industry. No kuvuga ngo tukabasha kuzana video gaming for example ikabasha kuba yacuruza izindi bintu, tukabasha gucreatinga akazi, tukabasha gufasha gucreatinga economy mu bihugu. Ico ni ikindi. Icya gatatu no kuvuga ngo ni gute dukorana na private sector and public sectors kugira ngo tubashe gucreatinga environment aho umuhanzi abasha gucreya birengeje uko asanzwe akora. So muri make ni izo ngizo mission zacu, ni ico gico African Colors.
Nago ndi bukurekure utambwiye iki ngiki. Mu Rwanda hari abahatiste benshi, abahanzi benshi, uyu munsi nabonye atari benshi ari muri basi. Byagenze gute? Ni ubwinshi cyangwa se muraza no gukomeza ndara ubundi buryo ba training?
So nukuvuga ngo iyi phase ntabwo twashoboye guhamagara abantu bose, ntabwo ibaswa nayikorerwamo. So ariko dufite aba producers mu modoka hano. Tukaba dufite na gahunda zindi aho turi gukorana n'ama companies yo hanze atandukanye mu bintu bya muzika, aho tuzabasha no kuba twajya tubakura hano tukabatwara gucuruza ibyo bihangano byabo hanze, tukabasha gupromotinga gakondo. Hari product tugiye kuzana na company yo muri Amerika aho tubasha abantu badukorera ama soundtrack ya gakondo tukabasha kuyacuruza birenze, tukayakoresha no mu zindi products. So dufite product nyinshi na projet dukorana n'abandi bantu bari muri yo secteur. Ntabwo twabaheje rero nuko uyu munsi tutashoboraga kubona buri muntu wese, ntabwo dufite ubwo bushobozi, ariko twabashije kubona bakeya baza kubera kuzabwira abandi uko byari bimeze. And then ibi ni igikorwa kizajya gihoraho, ntabwo kije uyu munsi ngo kirangire. Tuzajya dukora kenshi cyane gashoboka, nabo bahanze tuzajya tunabakorera na section zabo. Nimba wabyumvise hano dufite nk'umuntu nka Afro Groove yakoranye n'abahanzi bari mu bihugu bitandukanye umuziki. Ubu ngubu iyo album igiye gusohoka. Urumva ni ibintu nk'ibyo ngibyo binyuze mu partenaire bacu tuzajya tubasha kubakorera.
Wakoze cyane Raul.
Merci beaucoup kuri mwebwe kabisa.